It's Monday, June 21st. I'm Mike Rogers, and this is the Hot List, your daily report of the exclusive variant comics from around the internet. Please remember that I do put all the links below so that you can just click over to the comics when you see them, and to hit that notification buzzer because I do this at a different time every day. Over to Unknown Comics today. I take advantage of their buy two, get one free right now. Not only do they have X-Men #1, Bounty Hunter #2, the X-Men #1, the Nakayama I really like. They're showing a yellow cover that I didn't see before. Bounty Hunter #2, the KIRKHAM is out. You can get that over there. And the one that we must have missed, Strange Academy #11 from Miguel MERCADO. I tend to stick with those Ramos covers for Strange Academy. Strange Academy's kind of wandered off a little bit. It's got to rein itself back in because people are kind of going away from it. But this Strange Academy #11 from Miguel MERCADO, it's some of those covers that don't even need to be attached to a title. They're just so beautiful. That's one of them. Outer Limits Burrow today as Ice Cream Man #26. This is the Chew cover. 400 of these are available at $42.49. And Third Eye Comics today. Third Eye Comics today, I wanted to talk about the Pops. They have, it looks like from what I could tell, looking around the market at the Pops, they have some of the latest Pops, the newest ones that are coming out. They have the Iron Man MK4 with gravity glow in the dark 6-inch pop for $29.99. There's an Immortal Hulk coming out for $24.99, and then a Jim Halpert with nonsense office sign. Don't know what that's about. $11.99. Again, I'm not a huge pop guy, but I run into them at every store I go to, so I might as well be reporting on them. Same with the action figures. Pastime Comics today has Web of Venom, Empire's End. Like, Mike, why the hell are you talking about Empire's End, Web of Venom? That's like done, deceased, buried. Well, this cover's crazy. It's a #1 KL new exclusive, $40 on this one. I don't think I ever saw this book because if I did, I would have bought it. It's freaking gorgeous. Just make that aware of that. I know there's still some Venom fans out there, and when you see this cover, you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I need to have that. Big Countries Day. I've already ordered it. It's the only reason I'm telling you about it. For $50 today, you can get the Department of Truth #11, the American Gothic set. So you got Susan B. Anthony sitting in the chair there, but it's the lady in red. And then you got the two farmers standing in front of the farmhouse, American Gothic, but it's the lady in red and that screaming baby eating creature. Great covers. Literally the only reason I'm telling you about them is because I already bought them. Hand Comics today. Web of Spider-Man #1, the second print is out. A lot of talk about this one. People are like, is it going to be as big as the first print, but just with a lower print run? I'm not sure. But at $2.79, you might as well pick one up. I mean, Hand Comics, they have a great selection, so you're not just going to go there and pay $2.79 and $8 or whatever it is in shipping. You'll find enough stuff over at Hand to make that worth your while. Sin City Comics, another one I wasn't going to tell you about. This is CYN City Comics, all linked below. The only reason I'm telling you about it is because I bought it. Department of Truth #11. The Sin City Comics Nino Comarada cover at $24.99. This thing's beautiful. And there's some covers coming out from Department of Truth #11 that are just crazy. There's been 3 in the past 3 weeks that I've just been absolutely in love with that have sold out immediately. People become aware of this, it's going to sell out, but nobody's ever heard of Sin City Comics before. Check it out, $24.99, link below. Modern Era Comics. I just stumbled into Modern Era Comics. They have their own exclusives on comic books. I'd be remiss not to tell you about them. They have Vinyl #1, Modern Era exclusive, $24.95 for the trade, $34.95 for the Virgin variant. Then they have Department of Truth #10, the Modern Era exclusive, $24.95 for the trade and $34.95 for the Virgin variant. Now, these are done by lesser known artists, but that doesn't really seem to matter in the variant game. If a comic blows up, it blows up, and then they want to go back and get those exclusive covers. What was I talking about? Yeah, I'm thinking more about Vinyl 1 than anything. Nothing's really happened with Vinyl yet, but it looks like a great series. Basically, it's an album that you play backwards and you become possessed. So it should be cool. There's a lot of different variants about this out there for it, but we'll have to see what happens. It could be a complete flop just with a bunch of different covers on it. But that vinyl #1 is pretty interesting, and nobody knows about that comic. Gravity Comics today has Street Fighter Sci-Fi Fantasy Special. I don't know. It's a John Gianch cover, and I really think it looks cool. It's the only reason I'm reporting on it. $60 on that one. That's a Gravity Comics. 220 Comics has Haha #6, the David Sanchez. I reported on it yesterday, but it's worth a second look. $24.95 on the trade, $34.95 on the Virgin variant, $49.95 on the set on that one. 616 has Bunny Mask #2. This is the Christopher bust. I love the cover. I don't know if anybody's read Bunny. I haven't gotten my issue yet, so I don't think, unless it just came out this week. Bunny Mask. Anybody read it? #2's coming out. Christopher Bust does amazing work. Everything I've seen from Christopher Bust has been awesome. This cover's pretty simple, but I like it. And that's at $24.99. Wrath of Comics. Wrath of Comics is one of our sponsors. We use CBS&D 10 over at Wrath of Comics. Get our 10% off our order every day over there. It's Comic Book Steals and Deals 10 or CBS&D 10. Shadecraft. This came out of nowhere. It didn't look, it just wasn't, there was nothing grabbing me about it, but it's going into 3rd and 4th prints. There's an exclusive from Jay Lee over at Oasis Comics that when I sold it, I think it sold for $70. So at an auction where I don't even know if, I didn't know what Shadecraft was, and at an auction that I had, I sold it for $70. I was blown away. They have Shadecraft, this is over at Wrath. They got Shadecraft #1, the 3rd print at $3.95. They've got Shadecraft #1, the 2nd print at $3.95. They've got Shadecraft #3, the cover A and cover B, both at $4.95. And they got the Jay Lee, the one that I was telling you about, $69.95. So maybe they watched the auction and saw how much I sold it for. But again, you're taking 10% off that with CBS&D 10. So good deal on that. Over at Marvelous Comics. Marvelous Comics is another one of our sponsors. We use Steals and Deals over at Marvelous Comics. Get 15% off our order every day. That's Steals and Deals, A&D Deals. They have Everfrost #1. This is from Black Mask Comics. I don't know if I've ever reported on a Black Mask comic before, but it looks cool. Basically, our female heroine is trying to escape this planet. She bio-rigs a Leviathan to do that, but is thwarted in her plans by a, oh gosh, what do they say? Like a warlord army that's going on that she gets embroiled in. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, and in the meantime, like her son shows up and something. She's got to deal with that. A lot going on with this one. Don't know anything about it, but it sounded wicked cool. Anybody who biohacks a Leviathan, I'm in. $3.99. They also have Reptile 1 of 4, a series that I'm not looking at all. But they got this Del Mundo variant that is very cool. Never seen it before, and it's only $3.99. So if you're going to get a Reptile #1, you might as well grab that one. Again, you're using Steals and Deals over there to get 15% off your order at checkout. Over at, so I'm going to be doing like pops and action figures after the comic book. So if that's not something you're interested in, you want to tune out, I totally understand. Pop in the Box right now is your leader in the pops. In their exclusive sections, they had all these exclusives. Some of the ones that I mentioned over earlier over at State of Comics. I'm sorry, not at State of Comics, that I mentioned over at Third Eye. So they had some of the ones that Third Eye had, but they had it's huge. It's huge. Pop in a Box. If you're a pop person, you're not aware of this website, you should check it out. The other thing too is that I've seen a trend where people are going away from pops and coming into comics, but there's still a ton of people in pops. But that's going to change. The reason that's going to change is now that we're back into Comic-Con season, pops, the exclusive pops, are going to get a lot harder to get. Basically, for the last year, if it wasn't Hot Topic coming out with one or Funko Pop coming out with one that everyone could pre-order and everyone could get, that was kind of the deal with the last year, and a lot of people fell off the hobby because of that. Now that you're only going to be getting exclusives at Comic-Cons and you have to go to that Comic-Con to get that exclusive, the hobby is going to heat up again. Trust me. So, yeah, I think we're going to get more exclusive because of the Comic-Cons opening up again, we're going to get more exclusive comic variants that nobody can get their hands on and more exclusive variant pops that nobody can get their hands on. So just be aware of that. State of Comics today, action figures. They have a Boba Fett classic action figure. It's 6-inch. It's kind of like the one that I have, but it's a really nice $39.95. They got DC Multiverse, the Last Night on Earth Batman. This thing's killer, $24.99. They got Grand Marshal Zahn, the 6-inch figure, also at $24.99. They have the Power Rangers, Lord Zed, 6-inch. This is the new costume Lord Zed. I believe it's a new costume Lord Zed. It's the one that's in the current comic books in a new action figure. And then finally, Marvel Returns 375 collection, 3 and 3/4 Captain America. Okay, if this is a thing, these Captain America figures, I'm buying them all. Those things are crazy. Those look like the action figures that we got when we were like in the late 70s, early 80s when I was a kid, but they just had the cloth fabric on them and stuff. They look just like that. And I want them all if that's the case. Those things are so expensive now. You can't get the ones that I had when I was a kid. But if they're going to make replicas under the Marvel name, I'm buying them. So that's all I got for you right now. We are going to be doing the 1,000 subscriber giveaway tonight. So if you are if you're a subscriber to the channel, you don't have to be a member or anything. You have to be a member of the Patreon, a member of the channel or any of that. Just subscribe. You'll be entered to win the 3-book Greg Horn Miles Morales 25 set with the rookie card. We'll be doing that tonight. And that's about it. I will definitely be talking to you later. Check me out around, it could be around 10 o'clock that we do that. It might be a little bit later. I got some things I got to do. But definitely look for that. I'll put a reminder up so that you guys will be aware. But that's all I got for you now. I'll talk to you later and have a great day. Thanks, guys.